Hi everyone, happy Wednesday, May 27th. Mrs. Fates and Miss Henderson. We are going to extend what we did yesterday to graphing and comparing integers. So we're going to be using some work with the number line and also those less than, greater than symbols that you guys used back with our graphing unit when we were working with inequalities, okay? So, moving forward, IXL strands for today are going to be 6th grade M.2, M.3, M.6. You need to get a 60 SMART score in each of those 3 strands. Because there's 3, we're not going to have you do all the way to 80, okay? So you get a little break there. So M.2, M.3, M.6, but you only need to go to a 60. Obviously, that does not mean you have to go, or that you have to stop at 60 if you want to keep going and push yourself and challenge yourself, especially those in my 6th period advanced math section. I definitely encourage you guys to go ahead and do that, okay? So, M.2, what you are going to be doing is you're going to be working with integers on the number line, and that is a big typo right there. My mistake, that should say number line, not line K. I don't even know what that word is. So let me open up IXL to M.2 just so you guys can kind of get a look at what this is going to entail. All right, so M.2, integers on the number line. So all you're going to be doing is you're going to be, if you recall, integers are our positive, negative numbers, and 0. Okay, so you are going to simply start off just by typing the missing number. Remember, when we go to the right, our numbers are increasing in value. When we go to the left on a number line, our numbers are decreasing in value. So, -8, -7, -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1. Since we're dealing only with whole values, this is going to be 0. All right. So, -1, -2. To the left of that is going to be a -3. All right, to the right of 0, first whole value is going to be 1. Remember, you don't have to put those positive signs. Easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on, so forth. Okay, guys? The only part where it's going to get a little harder is when, rather than putting in 1 integer, you're going to have to put in 2 integers. I really think that you guys will find this very simple. Okay, so that is your first task. Going back to our slideshow. So once you only have to get a 60, remember. Next to, or after that is M.3, 6th grade again. Graphing integers on horizontal and vertical number lines. You guys basically did this when you worked with the coordinate plane, because the coordinate plane is literally just a horizontal number line and a vertical number line. Okay, so this is going to be a breeze as well. So we're going to go into M.3. Remember, you only have to go to a 60 SMART score. So this is a horizontal number line. Remember the horizon, okay? It's like the sun sets on the horizon. It's like the ground, it runs left to right, right to left. So you're just graphing points. So graph 1 on the number line, you're literally going to mark a point. All right, only difference here is now you have a vertical, so graph -4. That's going to be below 0. Graph 1 and -1. Okay, and we know that those are opposites, if you recall from yesterday, because they're the same distance from 0. 3 and -3. Another set of opposites. Okay. 0, -8. Okay. -18 and -21. So -18 is closer to 0. -21 is further to the left. Okay, so that means -21 is less than -18. Okay, -9 and -6. So I always think of temperature. Here's -6. Here's -9. -9 or 9 degrees below 0 would be colder. Okay, so you always think the colder temperature is the lesser value. So negative 9 is less than negative 6, or negative 6 is greater than negative 9. All right, so you guys are just going to work on that, again, to a SMART score of 60. I'm almost there. You saw how quick that was. So that is your second strand. Then if we go back and look, the next strand is going to be M.6, comparing integers. This is where you guys are going to bring back in those symbols, okay? So just a reminder, less than sign literally can spell the word less, and the greater than, okay? And if you remember, you can kind of transform that into the word greater. It's kind of a stretch, but you can do that, okay? So you have the greater than and the less than symbol. You might want to write those down on a piece of paper just so that you don't get them confused. Those are two things that, you know, it is more of a memorization piece of what symbol looks like which. All right, so we're going to go into M.6, comparing integers. So we've talked about whatever value is further left on the number line or further down on a vertical number line is going to be the value that is worth less, okay? So for example, and I love how they give you guys a number line for this. Compare the numbers, pick the correct sign. So we have 8 and we have 10. Well, that's relatively easy for you guys. But what you can do, and I really recommend you guys using number lines. I know this is really simplistic right now, but 8 and 10. 8 is the value that is further left. So that would mean that 8 is less than 10. Okay? All right, here we have a 6 and we have a negative 9. Well, if you're ever comparing a negative with a positive, the negative number is always going to be smaller than the positive number. So we have 6 and we have negative 9, which falls in between negative 8 and negative 10. And since 6 comes first, we're going to say 6 is greater than a negative 9. So that's going to be the greater than. All right, 6 and 3. Again, that one's a pretty simple one. We have 6 here. We have 3 in between 2 and 4. So 6 is going to be greater than 3. Okay, negative 4 and 0. So negative 4 is further left on the number line, so that means negative 4 is going to be less than 0. Negative 1 and negative 1, that's an easy one. Those are equal. 1 and negative 10. Okay, again, 1 falls in between 0 and 2. Negative 10 is all the way to the left. This is the lesser value. So since 1 comes first, it's going to be greater than the negative 10. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. I'm almost done. You guys will go ahead and you will work all the way up to a 60 SMART score in this area. Just remember, it seems that this is primarily working with a horizontal number line, so whatever value is always further to the left, always is going to be the lesser value, okay? So, again, if you go back here, your strands today are M.2, M.3, M.6, 60 SMART score. When you're finished, you are all set with your math for the day. Also make sure that you got that assessment 1 and assessment 2 done from prior weeks. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.